2021 as Culture Train String Band Group presents The Parang Train 2.0 from Friday, November 1st to Saturday, December 21st. And we kick things off on the Sister Isle. Friday, November 1st, the Brunswick Cemetery. November 9th, Bristol Shop in Leicester. November 15th, Modest Shop in Mount Royal. November 16th, Wings Bar, Hillsborough. November 22nd, Brongo Shop, Harvey Vale. November 23rd, Goosey Shop, Winwood. November 27th, Sky Shop in Brunswick. November 29th, we head to Union Island to Hugh Malzat Square, Clifton. November 30th, we inside P.T. Martinick at Jigs Cross. December 4th, Pro Shop, Belvedere. On December 6th, we head to the mainland Grenada at Travelers Bar, Grand Mall. And on December 8th, Gold's Bar under the Bamboo, Ped Motor. December 11th, Marvin Shop in 6 Roads. And on Saturday, December 21st, it's the grand finale round the island. And all events start from 7 p.m. Parang Train 2.0, brought to you by Grenada Tourism Authority, Government of Grenada, Grenada Distillers Limited, Digicel, Vibes FM, Sister Isle Radio, Amazing Colors, Ariza Credit Union, and Booms Construction.
The Parang Train, and they'll be coming in by you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the ride. Yeah. Welcome to Ride Along for this overcast kind of Wednesday. What's up? How you looking by your jet? How the weather? Welcome all. As you're coming, guys, go ahead and share the thing. As you're coming, share the thing. Hey, Eva Smith. Pick up yourself, Sonia McKee John. How are you doing, my dear? Hope you're doing well. Let me go ahead and share the program myself, Hey, how you doing, Deanne Fraser? How you doing today, my dear? All the folks watching right now from partygrenada.com, big up to you. All the folks at KG9 Blue, big up yourself. All the folks at Breaking News Trinidad and Tobago, big up yourself. All the folks in Ride Along, big up yourself. I want to see everyone go ahead right now. If you are watching and you want to enjoy this program on your own page and invite all your own friends to watch it, you can start what is called a watch party. Yes, you can start a watch party and watch the program on your page, and we shout you out as well, alright? Hey, how you doing, Julian Boris? How you doing? Big up yourself. Ready? Renee, how you doing? Latoya, big up yourself. How you doing? Good evening. Lucida Steele, am I getting that right? Everybody, I want all you to do this for me right now. Everybody press love. Press that love button until he start to stop walk. Kelvin Maraz, big up yourself. JT, I ain't seen you in a long time. Yvonne White, big up yourself. How you doing? Sonia McKee John. Yes. Everybody press love now. Yes. Sonia McKee say blue, black and blue. Yeah, black and blue. That's me, right here. I just coordinate my thing in a jet. Big up yourself, Andrea. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Pick up yourself, Andrea. I see you present. Everybody press up. Elimas Gilbert, the inspector. Belated happy birthday to you, my brother. Hope you had a great day yesterday. George Smith, how you doing? Big up yourself. Everybody, all over the world. Pressing love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a whole lot to talk about today. Let me get my things in order. George Smith, I share. Thank you so much for sharing, George Smith. Miss Juice Augustine, how you doing? Big up yourself. Hi to you. If you're watching this for the first time, hello. This is Ride Along. My name is Junior George, and we're here weekdays at 6 p.m. to bring you information that's both educational and informative. Yeah, that's us. That's Right Along. Everyone have a story to tell. And today we have a story to tell from a young man who really been through this. A young man who claimed that he been through hell and back. It seems like it's hell and back. And he's a whistleblower. And he really sounded the alarm on a couple things that's happening inside of the British Army, Commonwealth British Army. Now, his identity will not be revealed today because the information that he about to share, not classified information, but just information that is, he doesn't want to reveal his identity, plain blank and simple. But we want to hear his story. So let's welcome on the right, guys, Mr. Danny, who is now joining us. Danny, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Danny, first of all, listen, thank you for, first of all, communicating with us. I know it's been a rough couple days as we try to coordinate this whole thing here, get you lined up to share your story here, but you've been patient, and I'm happy that you choose this platform to sound the alarm on a couple things that is really disgraceful in your eyes, and a lot of people from around the world, they hear to hear your story and to understand your story, because a lot of people primarily they don't understand. So you come to bring some information which is going to be very useful for everybody. So welcome to the program. How was your day, sir?
My day was good, and you?
Well, yeah, I had a great time. It's overcast outside. It's kind of getting dark here, but other than that, I'm happy. I'm wearing black and blue, and it's a kind of disguise. It's a kind of, that's my disguise, right. Black and blue. Yeah. So, Danny, let us start from the beginning. One thing I want to establish is that you are from someplace in the Caribbean, and that is as much identity we're going to reveal as possible. That's all we're going to reveal. You're from the Caribbean. Tell us about in the Caribbean, living in the Caribbean. You don't have to identify what island from the Caribbean. Right. Tell us about living in the Caribbean and what made you want to go and join the British Commonwealth Army.
All right. What made me want to join the British Commonwealth Army is because of my struggles, my past, the thing that I've been through. So it made me join the army just to make a better life for me, for my family, and if you know what I mean.
Right. But you did have an option. I
did have an option, but my heart always desired to live in London, but I didn't even know that London was like this.
Right.
To be fair.
Were you in the army from your country, or did that inspire you? Do you have family members in the army? What inspired you to want to be in the army?
My little sister is in the army, and I got a cousin in the army. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I want to be in the army. I want to be a soldier. I want to live abroad and stuff like that. I want to change my life. I always thought about, okay, cool, the army was going to do school. They was going to send you back to school and all this shit. So I dropped out of school. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to do what I got to do, and then make a better life.
Yeah. Now, one thing me and you have in common, I once desired to be in the army. I wanted to be in the army when I was a little boy, right? I used to look at war movies, and I used to like that. But one of my biggest deterrent was that training tough. So did you think that it would have, the training process, how did you perceive that whole initial process would have been?
All right, to be fair, it's all right. When you go to the selection, right? Here what they do to the Commonwealth. When you go to the selection, they tell it got where you could go RLC, you could do other stuff like that. When you go to the selection, they tell you that the infantry is the only position that is open right now, and they send you to the infantry. As a Commonwealth. Yeah, they send you to the infantry as a Commonwealth soldier. And then when you come to the infantry, it's really bad with corporals and stuff like that. They take advantage of you. They look down on you. They even use parts of a weapon to describe your color. I witnessed that as well. Yeah.
How was the training? The initial training? You left, you came over. How was the initial training process?
The training is actually hard. It's actually mad hard. It's really hard. Let me tell you something, right? If you mess up on the camp, they wait for when you go out in the field. They wait for when you go to like on camp out in the field, and then they take advantage of you out in the field, where they would have you crawling on the ground for miles to miles, and they will tell you like, oh, about your mother. They will tell you, excuse my language. They're gonna tell you like, oh, they did your mother that, they did your mother that, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. It's really hard, and a lot of people think like, oh, the army is better and stuff like that. The army is not a better roses and shit like that. It's
yes,
not better.
I understand that. I understand that part, right? But people are saying, well, that's the army. The army would mold you, and the aim is to build you strong and, you know, basically get that separate as they would say, separate the men from the boys, the hardcore. So
right.
wasn't that expected of the army, to be rough and tough and tumble and kick and tough? And...
Yeah, it was expected, but at the end of the day, it was expected. But what about dealing with the racism at the end of the day? What about them picking on you every day? What about them not letting you go for lunch to eat because they want to finish their business? What about you lying for them to make them look good? And at the end of the day, when them right to report, you get in the bad stream. What about that?
Okay, when they say them, right? I want to get an idea and differentiate. Is it regular recruits that's in there with you, or are we talking about superiors?
You get those behavior from recruits, and you get it from the high ranks people.
Okay, so let's first talk about the recruits. Now, the recruits would be the same people that came in there with you, right? They will be the same guys that came in and training with you. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they would rough and tumble you, they would punch you around, they would beat you up or whatever. So then just take it to the higher authority. How difficult is that? Doesn't they have a process to deal with that?
Yeah, when you take it to the head, they be like, that's just training, that's how it is, and they just chin you off, and then that's about it. But the thing about the army, they don't like you complaining too much. The moment you start complaining too much, they look for a reason to UFAS you. UFAS means unfit for army service.
Right. Right. So, okay. All right. I want to read a portion of what you wrote here. And Latoya there is saying building someone and abusing someone is totally different, which we totally understand. I want to read a little excerpt from a piece that you wrote to us here. You said that, so I could pull it up. You said that, I can't even read it. Let me see how it cropped bad. I'll pull it up later. So during the training process, before you came to the because I guess you have to go through some kind of preliminary before you actually get in the army, right?
Right.
So
at the end of the day, the training and the thing is like the same thing, to be honest. It's like
explain that to me. Yeah. Explain that to me.
At the end of the day, if you're in training, it's basically you still in the army. You in the army once you're in training.
Right. Okay. So what about people?
It's just that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. It's just that when you finish training, they send you to your regiment.
Right.
So when you go to your regiment, that's when you get like go to Afghan and start to travel other places and stuff. But once you're in training, you don't get to do much.
Okay, so after you went through the training process and you realize, this is crazy. Those guys are disrespectful and telling me about my mother and want to fight and do all of that other stuff. Do you have an option to leave? To just say, forget about this. I don't want to be a part of this, and leave and go back to where you came from. Was that an option for you?
To be honest, you could actually go to the it's an option. All right. You got 28 weeks, right? And then within that 28 weeks, when you reach the fourth week, you just you can't leave. You can't leave when you reach the 4 weeks, because within the first 3 weeks, they have a letter that's called a DOR. You can sign that letter to be able to leave. And when you leave, if you want to leave, when you sign that to leave, then you could leave. But if you don't do that, then you can't leave. But when you reach the week 12, that's when you get your berry. After you get your berry, you definitely can't leave. Only how you can leave is if you're sick. If something happened to you and you're sick, then you could leave. But I know people that walked in the office and tell them that, they want to leave, they want to be discharged. And it works sometimes.
Right. But you didn't want. I mean, you basically, as you said, you didn't get in there to quit. So you wanted to go through the process.
Yeah, I wanted to keep pushing and keep going because I know what I came here for. But it started to become too hectic and started to become too dramatic, and I couldn't take it.
Right.
And I started to go to welfare. I started to go to everybody. They started training, pushing me on. I even went to the welfare. You must go to the welfare if you gotta go to an interview or something. So I had to go renew my visa. So I went to the welfare, saying, you know what, I'm going to renew my visa, whatever the case is. And as he told me, he was like, good luck with that. The good luck with that came across mad sarcastic. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not getting that visa. I went to the U.S. Embassy. As soon as I went down there, the guy inside the U.S. Embassy keep like looking at me and smiling. I'm like, why are you smiling at me like that? Mm-hmm. And then he pitched back the documents to me, and he was like, you have not reached the requirement standard for that visa, and these documents will state why. And then I was like, I don't understand. I got evidence, I got everything, that I have proof of a job, everything. And he said, this interview is over, bye. And I told him, I said, God bless you. Deep down you didn't want to do that, but God bless you, and I'll keep it pushing.
Right. So do you think that you were singled out as an individual because a certain set of people didn't like you as a person, or is it more widespread?
All right, to be fair, it happens to other people, but to be fair, if you really a street nigga, if you grew up on the street, then you probably could stick it out. But if you're not really a street nigga, then you can't really stick it out, or whatever the case is. But to me, I think I was singled out. For some of them, to be fair, I was singled out.
And why do you think you specifically was singled out?
Because I never used to take the shit. I used to go complain. Because I used to be talking to my family on the phone, like my pastor and shit on my phone, and they used to be like, you have lads that be behind me, like they just be masturbating their penis for my family on the phone. Just while I'm on video camera, masturbating for them and stuff like that, telling them come for that big cock and stuff like that. These are the things that we go through inside our head. And then when I go and complain to that, if you complain too much in the army, they don't like that. They think that you're not committed, you're not trusted to be in the field with another person.
Right. Guys, we're speaking here with Danny. Danny is in the British Army, and he is basically saying of the immense abuse that he has gotten, and a few other people as well that has gotten those type of abuse. He wrote this to us. He says, every day we're taunted. He said, he was brought to immigration, of course, and he didn't get the necessary papers. He didn't get the visa. He also said that they said that you're black. They will sex your mother. You don't belong here. Go back to your country. And none of this at this point is not like they're trying to build you strong, right? You think that they're really just trying to embarrass you or just to belittle you as a person, right?
All right. So basically, right, I looked at a corporal, put his hand in one of the lads' throat and actually beat them on the range. And after that, he went and like bribed him up, nice him up, just to make him not speak about it. And I witnessed all that, but at the end of the day, we don't speak about it because we look at it like, you know what, we come here to make a better life. And if we do start talking, then they're going to look for a way to push us out. So that's why we just keep holding it on for all this time.
Right. Someone said that if you can't deal with someone calling you mama's boy, or someone calling you out of your name and telling you they want to have sex with your mother, which I understand is out of the limits, and I could understand how it would feel. If they say that right. if you cannot take those type of embarrassment, then you're probably not ready for the army. What do you say about what do you say to that?
I didn't get that.
Now, for the people that would say if you cannot take the verbal abuse that your peers would swirl at you, and the infighting that would happen within the ranks, if you can't take those type of abuse, then you're probably just not ready for the army. How do you respond to that?
To be fair, I wouldn't say I'm not ready for the army. The army doesn't come with racism, to be honest, you know. It don't come with racism. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that are going on in the army that a lot of people don't know about, though. The army do not come with racism.
Right. Explain. Give me some more details on that. Like, isn't that like your peers, like in school?
Right.
In school where I went, you find some nutcase teasing you and
you
calling you out your name.
You find some crazy ones. You find some bad ones. You find some stupid ones or whatever the case is. Yeah, I get that, but it's really not like that. People pick on you inside here. It's really not like that.
Okay, I understand. What are some of the worst things, if you could, without getting into any classified details or anything that would reveal or identify you as a person? What are some of the worst things that happen inside of the military?
One of the worst things I think that happen inside of here is that they wait to bring you out in the field to actually beat you and brutalize you out in the field, and they always use the word saying, "Oh, it's the army. Welcome to the army. This is what the army is about." Whatever the case is, the army is not about brutalizing people out in the field. The army is not about beating anybody out in the field. It's not about that.
Right. Okay. So what are some of the other things that you think or that you or your colleagues have been getting as black people inside of the army? What are some of the other things that you're hearing or seeing?
All right. I witnessed. We're in class, right? And while I'm in class, I witnessed that one of the guys was inside the class. So we all in the class, and the corporal was describing parts of a weapon, right?
Right.
And he couldn't find like something black in the room, and his word was black like him, and he pointed one of my lights.
So he points you out as being black as the rifle top.
Black as the rifle, like he pointed out.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel bad. It made me feel bad because at the end of the day, you can't use my color to describe something. And you have words they're going to use like, "Oh, if you don't want to be here, F back to your country," or whatever the case is, and these kind of things. But a lot of people just on the comments, saying, "Oh, this and that." But I think that you have to join the army. If you have family in the army and they're not in infantry, then they're not in the army.
Right.
Bro, I'm young. I'm only 21, and I'm in infantry. Anybody that not in infantry, not in the army.
Right. Okay, I get it. No one should be beating on anyone in civilian life or otherwise, taking advantage of anyone, racially profiling anyone. I understand. Whether you're in the army or whether you're on the street, whether you're whatever, you're still a human being. You're still a human being. Right? I understand that. But a lot of people are saying like that should make you tough.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I look at it like it makes you tough, right? But that is something that constantly happens every day. Every day they use these words. Every day they call you names. Every day they pick on you.
Right.
But I guess if it makes them tough, then probably they should send somebody in their family in here to witness it then.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
Because it's frustration. What about the people that inside here that actually, I had to go in a bathroom and actually save one of the guys because he wanted to kill himself. And I have to tell him, nah, don't do it. Everything gonna be all right.
What happened, without giving out too much information, if it's classified or any identity and revealing information you don't have to, but what brought him to that point that he felt like he wanted to kill himself?
Right, because he was constantly picked on. He was constantly picked on, and he was constantly looked like a nuthead. They've been looking at him like a nuthead, and he couldn't take it.
Right.
He will pull his locker out, only him, and they will leave everybody else.
Right. Okay.
They'll call him names. They'll push him around. He got a big hill. You got to actually run up, touch the gym, and run back. If one person do one thing, you got to do it. Everybody got to do it.
Right. but someone messaged me yesterday, and he said that he been in the army for 19 years, right?
Right.
And he been in the army, he never experienced that type of treatment. Do you think that it is confined to a specific part of the army and is not widespread, or you think it's a systemic problem once in the British Army?
I think that's a problem. That's all it is, to be fair, because at the end of the day, a lot of people be messaging me and telling me, like, they got corporals inside here that actually told me that go forward, bring it forward, go to the media, do it. They need to put a stop to it. It's time. Everybody's saying it's about time. So at the end of the day, a lot of people out there think like, oh, you're not ready for the army. And we know what we're going through inside of here. That's just how it is, to be fair.
Yeah. I listen, brother. I really, after I read your post that you had there, you yourself had psychological. It affected you psychologically.
Yeah, I felt like I was going crazy. I felt at times like I would feel like I'm going crazy. I couldn't hear. My ears would be hurting. After I felt like I was going crazy. I wanted to actually take my life because I was feeling like crazy until I went to them and I was like, yo, I feel like killing myself, and they had to bring me in the med center because I was feeling that way at the time. It's not only me suffering with that inside here. A lot of people is going through that. A lot of people want to kill themselves inside of it, and the army don't really take things serious. They don't really take things serious inside of here. They'll put it out there like, oh, the army is this, it change your life, but it's not what it is.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that want to go forward and say something, and they're just scared.
Yeah. We open up the phone line, so if you guys want to chime in, 718-701-5720, put that number there, 718-701-5720. We're speaking here with Danny. Danny is in the British Army, and he's complaining of all this treatment, this bad treatment that you get from training up until you get inside, and he's speaking about the constant nagging and abuse that sometimes some other mate in the military are actually thinking about killing themselves. I was saying, someone messaged me, he had 19 years inside, and he was saying that there's a zero tolerance for stuff like that. What would happen? Why didn't you take this to your superiors and demand that they do something about it? And even if they don't, take it to court. Is there a process like that?
A process for, even though they don't take it to court, you could go to court. But the thing about it got something inside there called military court. But nobody don't really trust to go to the military court because everybody think that they cover it up, which is true, because they got lads that go out in a piss and come back in. They go out in a piss, beat civilians, and they nothing comes out of it because military police hide it and the military courts hide it. So that is a matter where you got to really wait until you reach on the outside to really go forward with or something.
Right. Okay, we got a caller on the line right now. Caller, where you calling us from?
Calling from the UK, Junior.
You're calling from the UK. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, so listen, I'm listening to the young man, and I could tell you straight away, things like this do not happen in the army presently. It doesn't happen.
Okay, let me ask you a question, caller. Are you in the army?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, you're in the army. All right, cool. So he's in the army as well. So both of you guys are in the army, and he's saying that it happened to him, but you saying stuff like that don't happen. So is he fabricating the story?
Listen, the problem that you get, right? It's simple. You could just sense how ill disciplined that this guy is. You join in the army, you need to live by rules. Right? And and then just little comments like saying like, oh, if you join the infantry, if you're not in the infantry, you're not a soldier. Right? And you need to look at like when I joined the army, we were just about to go to Afghan. So all the early hearings where the army was hard on you in terms of making sure that everything is squared. Your skills, your drills, your discipline is up to a high standard.
Right.
The army now, it's all about, we have this soft touch, you know?
Uh-huh.
You know, the people are joining the army now. They're younger.
Uh-huh.
They're more educated. And they know the system better than me because...
all right, my question is, what is your rank? What is your rank?
So presently, I'm a corporal.
Exactly my point. You're a corporal. That's why exactly the moment you speak, I know you're a corporal.
No.
The moment you speak, I know you're a corporal, and that's the thing. You don't know the depression people is going inside of head. So you're gonna call this live and try to front with it though.
Yeah. So you are corporal in the British Army. So you are corporal in the British Army.
Yeah.
I just knew he's a corporal. The moment he speak, I knew he's a corporal.
All right.
And only a corporal would talk like that.
Okay, Corporal, I'm happy that I have you on the line. So you could kind of give us some inside information. Has there been any reports from lower ranks?
Yeah.
From lower ranks as it relates to abuse, physical and mental abuse?
Listen, Julia, like I say, in terms of, like, I can speak from, so corporals are instructors in whichever establishment, training establishment that recruits go to, right?
Yeah.
When recruits get to training, so I would pick, so this guy said that he's in the infantry, so he went to ITC Catterick. Right? When they come in and the guys come in, once they come in, they got our strip back in terms of the civilian clothes is away. They're into army uniform and then now we're getting them into this sort of army way of life, right? You get a sense before that, like with the first couple of weeks, you get people like the welfare system in, you get the padres, you get everybody to talk to them, and they get told what to expect from training. Right. So sure. So they know the reporting problem. So in terms of if something goes wrong or they're not happy with something, there's always a channel to go down to report, right? Even if you don't want to do it with, like, presently in terms of, like, the training team you're in or whatever, there is confidential lines that you could go down, right? Right. And the army has learned, like in the past, the army they maybe have gotten it wrong in certain times. Like, say, a couple of years ago, they may have gotten it wrong, right? But in terms of, it's quite regulated in terms of, like you get a lot of external agencies making sure that everything it's like any report, any sort of thing that's made, then it's looked at properly. Right. But in terms of present day, there is not a chance in hell, Junior, that there will be any instructor or even in the infantry that I swear by, you know. Right. Okay. Danny, happening. Danny, how do you respond?
Danny, how do you respond to that? He's saying that this is not happening. So how do you respond to that?
How I respond to that, right? He could call me rude or whatever, but how I respond to that is that you're a corporal, and the things that y'all do is cover up all the things that's going on inside of the army to make the army look good. And you remind me of a lot of black folks that are pretending to be white, pretending to even fit in with these people. The way you talking smack. You talking smack, bro. And
you see,
I'm not a rude person. I'm not a rude person. And I can give you the number where I work, and they will tell you, like, yo, I'm not a rude person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, caller, go ahead.
Listen, Junior, this is it. You could just send people, you could just send this young man, right? Yeah, you could just tell straight away that he's an army material. It doesn't matter. You see, when you start using things like, oh, you're trying to be white and you're and you try. That is the problem that you have. You see, when you're still, you see when you have a case where you come in and you be like, oh, it's them versus us.
Right.
Then that's the problem.
Could you understand? Let me ask you a question. Could you understand if Danny is saying that he feels frustrated to the point where he felt like he wants to do something dangerous to himself? If you find that other people are feeling the same way, you can't say it's not happening because it happened to him. So is he fabricating this?
I'll tell somebody that, Jody. You see, within the first like 12 weeks of somebody going to infantry training. They have a right. They have a right to discharge, right?
Right.
So they do the first 4 weeks, and then they like, you know what? They like, sir, ma'am, I don't want to be in this army anymore. And then that's them. They're gone. Right. Mm-hmm. So if you're feeling the pressures and the life is not for you, mm-hmm. then just you have a right. You have your God-given right, and it's in law.
Yeah, but he's saying, but he just said that he don't want to do that because he wanted to. He went there and he wanted to make a better life for himself. He don't want to just go in and give up.
But you know, you cannot go and make a better life for yourself with having a bad attitude. You cannot do it, Junior. You understand?
All right. So how is it that you don't even know me to know my attitude is bad though?
Listen. This is the problem that you have, right? And it's a problem with a lot of. I wouldn't say. I don't want to generalize it too much, right? If you come from the Caribbean, you come from wherever you come out, right? You come out into a brand new country. You're straight away. You're into an army. Mm-hmm. You're in a room with 12 guys. These guys are from different parts of the UK, different life experience, different age, and everything. Mm-hmm. But what you need to remember, you're joining the British Army. You need to learn, and you need to be very open-minded in terms of culture, the way people speak. Because when I rocked up to training, Junior, like I couldn't even understand my instructor. Mm-hmm. You know. He has a different accent. You look at the 12 guys. 12 of them would have 12 different accents.
Right, but how did you make it? Did you get a sense of, or did you get any kind of abuse when you was going up the ranks? Were you treated badly?
Never. You know what? And that's the thing. Some of you have to be so realistic with. You have to be realistic with things in terms of like there's things that sometimes you believe that you work a little bit harder to get where you need to go. You know? Yeah. But someone, that's the fun in it. You know, like when you get there, you know that you're it. You know? Right. Right. You have that. You have that about you. Right?
Carla, I'm so happy that you shining this light on this right here, right? But we still have a problem. The problem is we have Danny and we have other folks who corroborated the stories that some lower ranks are getting beat up. I got a video. Someone sent me a video. Someone sent me an actual video of this guy being jumped. Right? I have the video on my phone. Someone actually being jumped and almost passed away and died.
Alright. So the same place that he was, this guy is an instructor, but he's a recruit, right?
I'm not a recruit.
So I was an instructor in that same place, right? And you get your recruits, and like what we try to do, like during the working day, you with you're with your recruits, right? And so they're non-stop. It's hard, right? Once the working day finish, then we try to cut away and let them do their own thing. You know, get them the breathing space. And they get bored, and they sometimes decide to. The amount of time you see them with like why do you have carpet buns? Oh, we were play fighting, or we were doing something. You know, right? So it's not like listen. I would tell you that if a video, right, is cutting about with a soldier getting jumped,
right,
the chances are the army would discharge you as fast as you got in. They would discharge you.
Right. But the fact is, the fact is that it happened, and people are upset about it, and families are upset about it, and that's what happened. Caller, you there?
Yes. Good night.
Yeah. Hi. Good night. Good night. Caller, where you calling us from?
I'm having a Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody in the comments is coming saying, "Oh, that's not true what he's saying." The couple a while ago completely just compressed his whole self.
Right.
Because I know I'm a military wife.
You're a military wife, okay?
And my husband is on deployment right now. And sometimes my husband will literally flip. So he's not you. It's just that being on deployment is stressful. Some people don't know because most people don't talk about it.
Right.
So with Danny coming and tell his experience, you cannot tell him he lied because you're not there. And most people talking about, oh, he's not mentally ready for the army or whatever it is. But then if you put them in that position, they can't even do anything. When you're a lower rank in the military, you get bullied.
Yeah. And you hear it from your husband. You hear it from your husband that he's sometimes in that same position, right?
No, my husband is not in that same position. But he told me when you're in a low, when you get picked on.
Right. Okay. All right, caller. Thanks for clearing that up there with us. Thanks for calling. All right.
All right.
718-701-5720, 718-701-5720. We're speaking here with Danny, and he's talking about his experience in the British Army. And I saw someone posted something here. He's a former military, rank in the military as well. Manas, he's saying, bro, you didn't enter the army for love. It's rough. You know, how do you respond to that?
I didn't enter the army for love, right?
Yeah,
it's true. You didn't enter the army for love. No, you didn't enter the army for love. But certain things is really overbearing, to be honest.
Right. We're taking your call. We got another call coming in. 718-701-5720. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
Junior.
Hey.
Yeah. So, I just going to reiterate one thing. Junior.
Yes.
Is that you see, you have you get people and that's the thing. You get people that there's a system that people follow. Like if you're not happy with something, you make a complaint, right?
Right.
And there's no way that anybody, like if you get a complaint, that complaint has to be acted upon. You understand? There's a system in place where you're like you're not happy with what's happening, you make a service complaint. And if you make the service complaint, have the chance, it's like they would investigate it down to the T.
Right, half the time. What about the other half of the time? What about the other half of the time that is not acted upon?
Maybe I phrase that wrong, right? Everything, it will be investigated all the way down, right?
Right.
From the first point of contact all the way to the end, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of this is how hard it is now, right?
Yeah.
If an instructor, right, put his hands on a recruit, just put his hand or say something. I remember, right, when I had an instructor called a recruiter virgin. It's just a joke. Like army banter could be quite dark at sometimes, you know.
Right.
And it could be quite dark. And this guy called this. He's like, yeah, shut up, virgin. And this instructor was packing his bags and going back to his unit, right? Just like that, with a click of our fingers.
Well, let me ask you a question.
10 years ago.
Isn't that a part of the problem? that you are a corporal and you're not even believing someone who's in a lower rank than you. So think about the other higher up brass that's in there, that if he go to them, they don't believe him the same way, and they tell him that he's lying, or they tell him that it don't happen. So shouldn't the culture change a bit to at least listen to him and hear what his problem, see what's happened to him, and see how it could be fixed? Because denying that it happened is not helping it. It's not saying that it don't happen. It's just saying that you don't want to believe that it actually happened.
So you know what? Listen. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, right? If it's happening, Junior, right? And this is let's say it's happening, right? There's channels that individual could go down, right? And some of these channels does not necessarily need to go through directly to the army, right? There's a service complaint that we have, and then there's you get the ombudsman, right? And they would investigate this down to the wire. They would make sure that it is done. But what I'm saying in this day, and that's the thing, and I'll set it at the start, right? Like, soldiers that are joining the army now are smarter, Junior, right? They are at an age where social media is at its peak, right? They see things, they know things, they could read, they could write better than people that joined the army 10, 15 years ago, right? So in terms of they're clued up as to exactly what needs to happen. Like, for instance, right? If you get at certain points during the training, they get pulled in a room and they do like a inval, right?
Right. We have about 2 more minutes, so we gotta wrap it up real quick. Sorry to rush you, but we have about 2 minutes.
But they get people that ask them questions, direct questions, like how's training. Like, if somebody put their hands on somebody, that would be brought up straight away. But in saying this army, where this army is moving forward in terms of women could join the infantry now, you have all these, there's so many different moving parts now, and this army is moving so fast now, right? I'm telling you right now, things like this, in this day and age, Junior, the chances of it happening is quite nil.
Okay,
and it doesn't matter if it doesn't, because there is systems in place now. Like, people are more savvy.
I understand. I understand.
I'm going to read the book.
Yeah.
So, and I say that, you see that young man, like I say, I wish him all the best, right?
Right.
But in terms of his attitude, and that's the thing, in terms of his attitude, it's not the right attitude.
Right. Okay, caller.
You just tell straight away, because these are people that will just give you,
Right. I got you, caller.
So if you do that, then,
Yeah, I appreciate your time, caller.
Well, actually, like I said, look into it a little bit more. Right?
Yeah, I want you to look into it as well. I want you to look into it as well. You're a corporal, so you have the mechanism to make some changes. But listen, I know. I really got to go.
But wait, just one thing, right? What I would tell him, right? If he's finding that it's a problem, go make a service complaint.
Okay.
It's independent from the army. Go make a service complaint, right? Look up and find out how to make a service complaint. Do a service complaint, and then they would then investigate all the way back.
Okay.
And then that's what happened. It's been proven in the part that it works. There's people now that, like 10 years ago, they done something to somebody, and it's coming out in service complaint, and
okay. So we'll look into it. We'll look into it and even look at higher ups as well. But thank you for calling. Thank you for calling all the way from London, Danny. So here's a corporal saying that he denied that anything like that happened, and you here saying that this is happening to you. Do you get that widespread? Do you get that all the time when you try to take it to the higher brass, and they're just telling you, nah, that's not happening, and trying to deny you and try to call you a liar? Do you get that a lot?
Yeah, you always get that. Let me tell you what goes on in this military. The military don't like things going to the media. They don't like certain things going to the public. So they try to cover it up to make the army look good. The army, and he's telling me about attitude. I have an attitude because people like you don't believe what I'm saying. This is why you have people inside here. When y'all don't believe what people saying, people kill themselves. You got people inside here going through a lot of shit inside here, and they chin it off. If you go to the military police, they cover it up and they just dash it away. So then you don't have to tell the military police. You gotta go to like an outside police or to the lawyer or something on the outside to deal with it. When you're inside here, there is not much you could do, because at the end of the day, you want the job, you want to be here. You don't know what could happen to you after. You don't know if you could lose your job. You don't know if they could take back their stamp that they give you in their passport. You don't know what they could do, because the army is powerful and they're capable of doing anything. And at the moment he speak, I know he was a corporal. That's why I just sit there and I just listen, because I knew that's exactly how they speak. They're brainwashed. That's exactly how they is.
Yeah, Danny, is there anyone in authority that you could talk to, like a whistleblower complaint department or something that you could do, that you could go to, or a judge or something that protects?
All right. I had a friend. He's a color sergeant, right?
Right.
And I went to him and I told him, like, I'm going to the make a service complaint. And up to this day, when I told him that, he started to act out on me, and he never spoke to me after again. I even messaged him yesterday, asked a question, and he never answered, just because I said I'm going to make a service complaint. But he's higher rank than me.
The 718-701-5720. We're going to take two more calls here. We're speaking here with Danny, who has tried to resolve the situation here. He's in the British Army, been treated like crap. You don't feel like anybody's listening to him. It's like it's sounding on deaf ear, and he's not getting any results. Someone sent me a video of like a brawl where you have fighting, and this guy was strangled so bad he almost died. So that is happening. There's no question as to if it is happening. I saw a video of it, and the video looked authentic to me. It looks authentic. So I know in some quarters it is happening. Whether it's widespread or not widespread, I don't know, right? But it is happening, because someone sent some videos to me on that. Let's take another call. Calling you live. Where are you calling us from?
Yes, Junior, I'm calling from London.
Calling from London. London, yeah. London, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I mean, Junior, I'm a past soldier, right? I've been in the army in the early days. And in my time being in the army, it was very, very hard. And you can't just join the army and expect to be treated like a prince or whatever. The army is a hard place. It's a place where you have to learn, you have to have discipline. And you have to, you know what I mean, you have to go under some heavy training to get you to the standard that you are.
Right. Were you beaten and abused? Were you beaten and abused?
I mean, I've been through things where the corporal have pushed me, maybe shake me, shout at me, up in my face, but that's the army.
So you saw it as if your corporal or someone in your trainer or whatever it is call you like a N-word, or they tell you you're black or nasty, want to have sex with your mother, how would you take that? Would you take it as
No, that's totally disrespect, Junior. I mean, maybe this used to happen way before, but now in this modern days, this things don't happen really.
Well, he's saying that it happened to him. So you're saying it's not happening? It happened to him.
But when, okay, how recently did this happen?
Danny, how recently did that happen? Danny, you there?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Danny, how recently did that corporal describe you as being black and tell you want to have sex with your mother and all that other stuff?
That recently happened, to be fair, and 2 days ago they actually told another St. Lucian guy to go back to his country, like another life.
Everywhere you go,
they actually told him that.
I'm not saying everywhere you go.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, right? I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that everybody go through different things, and you don't know what we go through inside of here, and that's the thing. Nobody not trying to believe us. Nobody not trying to believe. A lot of people trying to speak up, but everybody just scared because they wants to be in the army.
Yeah. So the question still remains to you, caller. Hold on 1 second before you go into your point. Let me ask you this question again. Were you physically or emotionally abused to the point where you felt like a rag dog? You felt old, you felt small, you felt belittled. Were you abused?
Of course, there is times when I feel like, I want to give up, I quit in the army. But this is the army, Junior.
Right.
You can't come to the army and want to be treated softly and then you want to go to war against people that don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, and that's what somebody else was saying, because if you go in and fight with those guys in Afghanistan, they're going to call you all kind of name, and they'll do worse. They'll do worse.
Exactly. So when you come to the army, you have to man up and take it to the chin and just grind to it. I've left the army over 10 years, almost 10 years now, and I got an uncle and a cousin in there that's doing 20-something years, and he's been through nothing, and he's still in there.
Yeah. Why are you not in the army? Why are you not in the army now?
You need to man up, and
no, sorry.
If something happens, there's procedures where you can go to, you can file a complaint,
right,
and they will take it off.
Okay, so you say that he needs to man up, he needs to put on his big boy pants and get straight and just take the licking and keep on ticking.
It's not take licking and kicking. It is that you have to man up, man, and just soldier on. That's a soldier.
All right.
It got
thank you.
People that knows the army shit. We got a lot right here, right now, saying that he knows the army shit.
Yeah. We got another call on the line. Hold on 1 second, Danny. We got another call on the line calling quick. Caller, where you calling us from? Caller got cold feet. Danny, what you were saying?
Yeah, look, even a guy inside here right now saying the army is shit. We know what we go through inside our head, though.
Yeah. Danny, could you just pick up and leave? Where you are right now? At the point that you are right now, could you pick up and leave?
I actually could pick up and leave. I actually could do that at this point because I told them I am picking up and leave. So yeah, I could.
Are you going to? Or you still thinking about it?
To be honest, I'm actually thinking about my second plan. What is my second plan before I make that step? To be honest,
right.
But right now, I'm at the point where I'm really aggressive and I just can't take the thing that's going on. I'm really aggressive. Right. Because of what I'm going, because nobody not taking me on. So I just think that you just got to be aggressive to get him to get your attention. Then.
Right.
And they speaking things like they're gonna get immigration to come by the gate, send you back. They even make one of the lads sign a document saying that he accept the apology because one of the corporals said he's gonna make immigration send him back. They made him sign a document saying he accept the apology.
Danny, the court, are there any courts? I guess, I don't know if I asked you that question before, but people are saying that there's some means, there should be some means, there should be some ways to protect you.
Yeah, the thing is, and I said it before, the reason why I never said anything is because I want to be in the army.
Right.
This is why I never said anything. So at the end of the day, I just look at it like if I go and complain or whatever, I didn't know what going to be the after effect, what they would have done or whatever, and I didn't want to go and make that kind of complaint. The Padre, if you go to the Padre goes back and tell them what's going on, and all of them come together, they come against you and they try to fast you or try to do you something. So at the end of the day, you have to protect you and try to be careful because you're the one that won the money. You're the one that don't want to go back living that old life. You're the one that don't want to go back being hungry.
Yeah, I understand. Yo, Danny, listen, I understand how you feel, right? I understand how you feel. But I have a lot of friends like Manus and those other guys that have been through the military, and they went through it, they went back, and they never complain about this type of stuff, right? So I'm thinking that it is isolated. It seemed like something about you that they don't like, that they picking on you, and a couple other people as well. But I think that what you should do, brother, is to just either leave these people and them, or find a way, if you could go through some kind of proceedings to let them take this thing seriously. Because at the end of the day, someone said there earlier, we don't want no friendly fire, right? I know that's not even something that is you're considering, but at the end of the day, they shouldn't be in fighting like that. You should be focused on the enemy, and the enemy is not the person that's in arms with you next to you fighting. All right. So you have two options at this point in time. I think if you speak to anyone, they might tell you the same thing. Is that you pack up and leave, or you figure out a way to deal with it? Actually, three. Pick up and leave, find a way to deal with it, or just go to the proper channels of reporting this thing and make sure that you are protected in some kind of way. I'm getting another call here real quick. I'll take last call, and then we're kind of over time already. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Speak a little louder, Brooklyn.
Yes. So I just want to say to Danny that, whatever service he can get just to help him with his mental health right now will be fine, because it seems like it seems like he's alone in the situation, and he seems like he's knocking a lot of doors, and no one is really, helping him in that area. I myself are in the military, but I'm in the U.S. Army, so things are a little different over here for us. I have also experienced being, when I first joined, I was broken. Basically, they break you down, then they build you back up.
Right.
There's things they will say to you, they will get in your face, they will shout in your face. But it's always mind to me, it's mind over matter. And but I have never really dealt with being bullied or being harassed with my peers or anything like that. But what I will tell Danny is, if any support he can receive, basically getting any type of counseling, that will be fine, because he seems like he needs that, and that is okay. If he decides to go that route, that is okay, because you do need that. So you do need that.
Right. Thank you, caller. And she's from the U.S. Army. The U.S. Army. Do you receive? Have you heard anything from the U.S. Army where soldiers are being treated like how he explained being treated in the British Army? Have you heard anything, caller?
No. To be totally honest, there's things being said, but nothing that I can say that that I never anything. I mean, anywhere you go in any job, you're going to find people that have, problems and issues, and they're going to have issues with you. They're going to say things to you, but nothing to the point where you have to, because to me, if someone says something to you and they don't like it, there is steps, there is places, there is people you can go to and complain, but nothing I have ever experienced that could, that I can really speak on, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you, caller. I didn't really know we had so much military people that watch Ridealong. We have people from the U.S. Army, people from the British Army, everyone in London. I noticed the vibe in London is heavy, but we got a lot of calls from the folks in the British Army and folks from the U.S. Army as well. A whole set of brass watch Ridealong. We're gonna take one last call. I saw someone was calling again from London while he was on the line, so you can call us back. 718-701-5720. While we're waiting on that call, Danny, your call. What is your next move?
Well, my next move after all this?
Yeah, going forward.
To be honest, I already told them today that I'm actually going to get a lawyer, and for this, I actually told them I'm going to get a lawyer, and I'm going to deal with it seriously, because at the end of the day, as the girl just spoke and said, I really do feel alone. I really do feel alone, because you have times like I'm in the shower and like I'm crying, like what I'm going to do. Like she really right. I really do feel alone, because it's like I'm constantly like talking to one person, and it keeps going back to that person. Then when it keeps going back, the word that it always uses is, do you have evidence? Do we have evidence? How can I have evidence of something when I don't go out in the field with my phone? How can I have evidence of these kind of things?
Yeah.
These is always the question.
Yeah, I understand.
But at the end of the day, these people on this live, I don't know any of them at the end of the day, and they don't know what I'm being through. But to be honest, God bless them. But when they hear like a British soldier or any soldier kill themselves, then I guess they should question it at the end of the day.
Yeah, Danny, I really think that you should seek some kind of even just sit with a psychologist, just talk to somebody.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually thinking about it. I actually said I'm going to check in myself.
No, it's serious. It's serious.
Get some help.
It's serious.
Because I know my mentality is gone. I know I feel broken.
Yeah,
I know I'm mentally gone.
Hold
I
on,
know
Danny.
that.
Caller, we have another quick call on the line. Caller, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Australia as well.
Where are you calling from?
From UK.
You're calling from the UK. What's your input on the topic, caller?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so like what the soldier is going through, he can seek like different channels to voice his opinion.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work for him, he can go to like other regiments where he can set complaints in.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be able to work.
Okay. All right. Well, he tried a lot of that stuff, and that's why we're trying to get him the right regiment, the right channel, so he could voice it. A lot of psychological. Danny, we seem like he's very stressed out right now, and I think that is the first thing I think he should do. Get that psychological checkup and make sure everything is right with his head, because he's stressed out, very, very stressed out, and I could see it, I could feel it, I could hear it. So that's one of the first things. But thank you so much, London. Appreciate you. Yeah, Danny. So this is the first thing I think you should take. It's probably a lot of stress as well. It's very stressful. But Dan, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. So Danny, listen, I'm sorry that you have to go through all of this stuff, but I said I think as soon as possible, you probably should try to seek out and see how you could talk to somebody. Just kind of, I don't know what is the state. You ever been to combat? You been to combat?
I'm not hearing you.
Have you ever been to combat?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, so you've been to combat?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. Okay. I've heard horror stories of people coming out after combat, all the things that they've seen and the things that they've been through. So I understand.
Exactly my point, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, what about people? It got people in here right now that got steel or whatever in their feet.
Yeah.
Or they can't hear.
Yeah.
They can't hear and they still inside the head.
Yeah. No, I understand. One last caller. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from London.
London, yeah. How you doing, London? What's your input on the topic?
Yes, I'm calling in relation to the gentleman.
Yes.
I'm not saying what he's saying he's lying, because I was in the infantry before, and some of the things he's saying that he experienced in the infantry is a method or way in which the army use in the training to mentally make you prepared for what is there. So I'm not saying they don't make comments that he probably feels like they're trying to bully him or harass him. But these are the slightest comment that they make, not to mean anything, because the army is all about banter, and probably he don't understand how the banter thing works.
Yeah, it's banter, but so, I think that the army is also supposed to look out for the brother, and it seemed like the brother here has some kind of level of PTSD, and I think that if someone is superior, should help him. I think that that's a cry for help.
Yes, and also in relation to the help, there is places and options you can use to go to help. So, for example, he said that he went to welfare and no one in welfare helped him. He also went to the padre didn't help him. There is ombudsman who is outside, even people out of the army. So you don't basically have to go to your chain of command to contact these people and them. And 99% of the times, these people will go in depth and in detail to help you. So he don't probably have to speak to his sergeant major or his corporal or whoever to help him. But there is help. And from the way he's speaking, I'm not saying he's lying, but some of his stories don't add up. But also, there is options and places he can go to get help to resolve this problem, because he seems like he's lonely, he's lost, he's probably homesick, he's probably missing his family, there's no support. And when you're in training, you don't have immediate contact, or you don't have contact with your immediate family as you would like in a normal world.
What's your rank? Caller, what's your rank? What's your rank in the army?
I'm sergeant.
You're sergeant. Okay.
Right. Exactly my point.
Okay.
No, Danny, I'm not saying what you're saying is a lie.
Let me explain something to you, right? I went to corporals. I went to everybody. You know what they said? They can't do anything about it. They're just doing their job in the army. That's what they told me. They can't do anything about it. They're doing their job in the army. So, should I go about that?
So there's one advice I have for you. When you go to the welfare office or you go to the padre, if you...
I think we lost that caller. I think we lost.
Where they have like something small like a credit card or probably a leaflet, and you can go there and you can pick one with contact numbers, email addresses, and stuff. Call these people who is not even part of the army. They're just like as the civilian people. You can do them directly. You don't even have to give me a regimental number.
Caller, your phone is breaking. Your phone is breaking in and out. Your phone is breaking in and out. But what could Danny do? Give him a recommendation again that you think that he should do from today to tomorrow.
So what he can do, in the padre office, normally on the desk, or even when you go to welfare, there is a tray, or like there are sleeves with where you can pick it up, where they have contact number for people outside of the army. They have nothing to do with the army. It's just people who is there to support soldiers who is going through a hard time or is struggling.
Right.
And there's an email address or contact number you can call, and these people will help you. Your chain of command don't even have to know if you ring these people. The only thing, they probably see an email or probably receive a phone call, or someone will just knock on the door and have an interview with them in relation to something that happened probably 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So there is help you can get with the chain of command, knowing what's happening.
Okay. All right. So we'll advise Danny. Danny, you're getting all this help. Not help. I mean, people telling you what to do. I don't know if it will be of any help to you. One last call, Danny, before you respond. I know you have a lot.
They're telling me things. You already did. They're telling me things that I already did.
Oh, you already did.
Things.
Okay.
I went to the.
Your phone breaking up, Danny. Hold on. Caller, you live?
Everybody, they chinned it off. So at the end of the day, what should I do then?
Yeah. Caller, you live? That's our last call. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
How are you? I'm calling from London.
Hey, London. Wow, London. Are you from the army too?
Yeah, I've been in the army 17 years now.
17 years now. Okay, caller, we have about 2 more minutes. What's your experience, and could you relate to what Danny is saying?
I can't relate to what Danny is saying, Junior, but however, there's loads of help available for Danny, and he's not using it. Because I can clearly tell that he's not going to the right channel to get the help he needs. Do you know what I mean? Because he's saying that, because some of his stories really doesn't add up. Because he's saying
what part of the story that doesn't add up? Tell me what part of the story that doesn't add up to you.
Because he's saying that he speaks to people, and he's trying to say that everyone he speaks to, they just brush it under the carpet. Do you know what I mean?
What's your rank, sir? What's your rank in the army? Oh, you're not in the army no more. You've been in the army 17 years ago.
No, I'm still in the army. I'm a color sergeant or staff sergeant. However, he's saying every time someone calls off rank, he says, "Oh, that's why, because they're corporal, they're sergeant."
Right.
But what he needs to remember is that we didn't join the army at this rank. We were all private soldiers or recruits at one time. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So you can't just say, "Oh, we've only saying what we say because we are the rank of what we are," because we are all private or recruits at one time. So
right.
what he needs to do, he needs to go to the medical center.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to the med center in the morning and speak to the medical team? They're not the army. They're just normal civilians, normal doctors. You know what I mean?
Caller, let me ask you a question. Because I want to tap myself on the back. How did you get the contact, the link for Ride Along? How did you learn about this program today?
So I've been following your page. I saw the story this morning. I read through the transcript.
Okay.
And I just had to watch to see what the rest of the story is.
Okay. Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So just...
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So, just my final point, because I know you have to go.
Yeah.
If he's having serious issues, because he's... Basically, from what he says, what I'm getting is no one's listening to him. So what he needs to do, if he feels that no one's listening to him, then why don't he go to the medical facility and seek medical help from the medical team?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what I mean? They're highly trained doctors, just normal doctors, then they can point him in the right direction.
Okay.
Is he going to say that they're going to try and cover it up as well?
Well, I guess Danny could respond to that. Danny, going to the medical doctors, do you think that it would help? Or they would be a part of the system as well? I'm not hearing Danny. But caller, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you for your service, okay?
No problem, Johnny.
All right. Danny, are you there? I think we lost Danny. Guys, it's obvious to me that there are problems, and the brother is legitimately going through some issues. Whether he's strong enough or not, whether he's disciplined enough or not, whether he's fit enough or not, the truth and the fact of it is, at the end of the day, we all are human beings, and this gentleman right here seems to have went through a lot. So much so that after he tried all these other channels, he felt like he had no other rescue than to come and tell the story here. And you can't deny that stuff happened to him. You know, this is a combat. Well, I don't know his rank, but he went through combat. He saw things. I think one of the underlying factors that the Army needs to look at as well, and I'm sure they do, they have medical staff. They should have medical staff to help people, especially with PTSD and the trauma that they would have following going out and coming back in and come from combat. So probably Danny's going through a host of things. But at the end of the day, he needs assistance. So much so that he reached out to us, and he was persistent enough. He was persistent enough, time and over again, to ensure that we take the story and we make the story go viral here and Ride Along. But that doesn't mean that Danny is not fit for combat or not fit for the Army, right? He just needs some help. He just needs some assistance. So everyone that's watching from London, that could help the brother. Well, he's anonymous, so you won't know exactly who it is. But it might be someone else within the battalion in lower ranks that are coming to you and nagging and telling you things that's happening. Listen, instead of telling them that it's not happening or this is not happening to you, listen. Try and listen to them. I'm going to talk to Danny a little bit more, to see if I could get him some assistance, see what he could do within the Army. Manas, I know you are a former combat Army. I don't know how high you went up in the rank, but I know Manas, he does the shoes, and he does all the different prints. So big up Manas. We went to school together back in Grenada. And a lot of my friends who over there in the British Army, guys, keep the story coming. If you had any experience of this type or other, feel free to inbox us right here and Ride Along and tell us your experience, all right? As they say, this is Ride Along. Everyone has a story to tell. Everybody. Grace Alexis, French Connection, DN, all the folks in the U.S. Army, all the folks in the British Army. J Wanda, big up yourself. Good vibes, guys. We was also live on 107.9 J Wanda FM. That's 107.9. We're broadcasting live over there as well on partygrenada.com and all the other stations that picked us up. Thank you so much. Catch you guys tomorrow. Don't forget that Ride Along Live is brought to you with the kind compliments of Smart Shipping HD. Yeah, Smart Shipping HD. Ship your item to Grenada fast, easy, and convenient with Smart Shipping HD. Yes, Smart Shipping HD. Check them out right now. The fastest way, is Christmas time. You're sending a barrel, they pack your barrel, get your stuff, send it into them, they pack your barrel for you for a reasonable price. They take care of you. QR code, everything, make it really convenient. Smart Shipping HD is powering us up here on the ride. Also, Ride Along Live is brought to you by Instaprint, t-shirt printing and more. Looking for professional t-shirt printing in an instant? You gotta call Instaprint, 856-258-0598. That's not 856-258-0598. Instaprint, powering us up here on the ride. Also, guys, if you're in Carriacou, get ready for the Parang Train 2.0. Yeah, the Parang Train 2.0 coming to you. Big up to Rena over there. The Parang Train 2.0 coming at you in Carriacou. Also, we got to say thank you to the folks there at Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services. Yeah, Philip Carpenters and Cleaning Services. Guys, catch me tomorrow. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Your number one choice is Phillips Carpenters and Cleaning Services, located at 218 Schenectady Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We design your kitchen and supply doors, windows, kitchen cabinet, granite quads, and marble countertops. License number 0947461. Yes, that's Phillips Carpenters and Cleaning Services. Call today at 718-221-5572. That's 718-221-5572. The number one choice. Call today.
Now this is the big one as Culture Train String Band Group presents the Parang Train 2.0 from Friday, November 1st to Saturday, December 21st. And we kick things off on the Sister Isle. Friday, November 1st, the Brunswick Cemetery. November 9th, Bristol Shop in Leicester. November 15th, Modest Shop in Mount Royal. November 16th, Waynes Bar, Hillsborough. November 22nd, Brongo Shop, Harvey Vale. November 23rd, Goosey Shop, Winwood. November 27th, Sky Shop in Brunswick. November 29th, we head to Union Island to Hugh Malzat Square, Clifton. November 30th, we inside P.T. Martinic at Jigs Cross. December 4th, Pro Shop, Belvedere. On December 6th, we head to the mainland Grenada at Travelers Bar, Grand Mall. And on December 8th, Gold's Bar under the Bamboo, Ped Motor. December 11th, Marvin Shop in 6 Roads. And on Saturday, December 21st, it's the grand finale round the island. And all events start from 7 p.m. Parang Train 2.0, brought to you by Grenada Tourism Authority, Government of Grenada, Grenada Distillers Limited, Digicel, Vibes FM, Sister Isle Radio, Amazing Colors, Ariza Credit Union, and Booms Construction.
The Parang Train, and they'll be coming in by you.
Hey, become a licensed practical nurse in only 12 months with TCI, Transitions Career Institute. Here, our mission is to provide a high-quality, accessible vocational training program. The Institute is committed to increase the high nursing workforce by meeting educational needs. So the time is here. The time is now. Sign up today. Call 718-362-9500 or online at tcilpn.com. Financial aid available if you qualify. It's TCI, the Transitions Career Institute. Sign up now.
With heart attack, stroke, and drug overdose on the rise, we all need to become more proactive about saving the lives of people we love. Statistics show that you are most likely to witness any one of these life-threatening events when spending quality time with friends and family. Don't put yourself at risk for being the person that failed everyone. Learn CPR today. Visit allpro.com or call 516-387-4246. When only the best will do, call All Pro. We come to your home or business for the personalized learning experience.